girl that's in shape, and that makes sense to him. We got to also realize too that men mostly pursue the kind of women they will have the most success with. It's just smart. I'm just saying, it's just smart because the man is hunting, right? Why would I hunt something that I can't kill, right? If I only have the artillery to knock down a wolf or a fox and whatnot, that same artillery may not knock down a grizzly bear. You know what I mean? If what would knock down a grizzly bear maybe won't knock down an elephant. You know what I mean? No pun intended. But I'm saying that men will kind of go with the kind of women that they can get with. Now, when I was younger, my first experiences were with bigger girls. So, I think I would talk to my dad about this, about how like guys who have these very endearing things they say about bigger women, right? A lot of times it's because, for one, in our era, right, if you're a little bit older, you remember the days where you might meet a girl that was a little bit bigger, and she was going to make it a little easier for you. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going to talk about she's celibate. You know what I mean? She wasn't going to try to get the same deal that the real fine girl who's evil try to get. Because again, this whole game of trying to convince the man to treat you like a princess. You know what I mean? Because the princess in any kingdom has the least responsibility, doesn't play any key role. She mostly just benefits from the work or the riches of the kingdom. You know what I mean? Very rarely. Well, I mean, unless it's Game of Thrones, if it's like an epic novel, maybe. But in real life, if you really think about it, they say princess for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And you see this desire where all women kind of want to get that kind of treatment where they can just take. It's like that, or I think really a better metaphor is like it's like welfare. You know what I mean? Where it's seemingly like I can kind of just benefit and just take, and I don't have to give anything. I just have to be in a certain financial space and meet certain qualifications, and I'm saying, and I can get welfare. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, what I think is also going on is the lies that women tell each other, because y'all telling each other that y'all all are beautiful, right? Who was that? Christina Aguilera had a record back in the day, beautiful song, and it was called I Am Beautiful in Every Single Way. And, in that video, it's all different kinds of people, and I think the internet. I'm not sure how to word it, but it became this thing where, with social media starting to become bigger and bigger, because with the advent of smartphone, or more people having smartphones, social media is stronger than ever because we can all learn something at the same time. An accident can happen. Like, for example, the thing with former President Trump. People knew about that within half the day. Some people seconds, some people minutes. You already knew about it. Within a few hours, everyone not only has heard about it, they've seen it. 20 years ago, we would have had to wait till 5 o'clock, basically, for the news to come on. Or, you know what I'm saying, so you couldn't get instant news. You know what I'm saying? So, but anywho, with social media, I started noticing around like 2016, 2017-ish, this tone, this vibe. No, 2018 is the most. This whole effort of telling men what to think, telling people what to think in general, and a lot of it and the loudest voices have always been radicals and people who are extremely liberal. You know what I mean? That's when we started hearing these phrases or these terms like toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Narcissists. You know what I mean? All these different things. People watching these videos, and what it did was, it's the kind of content that allows you to have a bias, and no one can call you on that bias. But also, it was one of these things that gave people the language. Giving people the language is like putting weapons in someone's hands sometimes, because when you give someone the language to explain something, right, or to explain a point, that person could be completely wrong. But while they're wrong, they're able to explain their point in a way where you're not able to tell whether or not they're incorrect, or you should basically they kind of not so much stalemate you, but if you're not ready for that kind of conversation, like if someone rolls up on you and says, no, but you're a narcissist, right? And they define what a narcissist is, and they find convenient examples of that may apply to you, right? To say you're a narcissist. If I'm not ready for that conversation, how well am I going to do? Because it's not a normal thing for someone to come at you with basically, I'll say is terms and phrases that maybe you're not familiar with, and maybe you haven't had a chance to digest to fully understand what they're saying. You know what I mean? What always comes to mind is